It's Thursday. Hi, guys. I hope your hump day was great. I know that I've had a great week, great day, great hump day. So, we're recording for Thursday, and we're going to talk about supporting and the support needed in relationships because I think oftentimes there's a lack of. I can say I don't so much see it in my relationships today, but I have had that lack of support before. So it is something that we often forget and fail to do is to create a supportive relationship. And I think I've learned this more so in the last few years when it comes to kids because you hear about all the struggles with my parents don't support what I'm doing or whatever it may be, like your kid wants to be a band player and you want him to be in the football team. What's that do? That breaks down a kid that really has a compassion and passionate heart about doing something, and you've put your thoughts and views and you're no longer supporting them, but you're encouraging them to do what they don't want to do. So it just really breaks down that healthiness in the relationship. Okay. Kind of like in a spousal relationship or an intimate relationship, if you have a somebody significant in your life that is wanting to become a doctor and you're like, well, I don't want to spend the time with you because you're going to take away from our lives because you're going to have many hours of work, do yourself a favor and just remove yourself from that relationship instead of breaking the person down. Let them go ahead and achieve their goals. And maybe sometime in life, you can come back to it and be like, hey, you're a doctor now, and I'm glad you got to do that. And my support for you was letting you do that. So I know I needed to give you the space to do that. Um, I have been very blessed with, my biggest supporter is my mom. And then right under that, it would probably be William and Becca and yeah, my family, just general, my family is my biggest support. And let me tell you what, if I didn't have their support or encouragement to go through this journey of becoming a therapist, I probably would have quit a long time ago because it's freaking hard. There's times that I have to spend hours upon hours on front of a computer writing notes. It takes away from my family time, it takes away from my personal life, but it helps me achieve my goal of doing what I want to do. I have surrounded myself with people now that don't discourage that. They're like, okay, so we'll do it later, Do what you need to do. We'll talk later. We'll do what you need to do. We'll go out later. I've made sure that my support group is very supportive. Um, Now, if your kid says, I want to be a druggie when I grow up, probably want to try to redirect that and take a look at the issue there, because normally that's not a goal. I mean, mm, I, I would probably try to talk my kid out of that for sure. Yeah. You know, um, so know your boundaries with what you're supporting, but if it's a healthy relationship and you're working on it and trying to improve it, definitely be mindful of what they're wanting and support them in all ways. Let's talk about emotional support. That's another big one. I hate it when I hear somebody say, put your big girl pants on and don't cry about it. Let me tell you something. The audacity that you have to undermine their thoughts and feelings at that time is horrible. Horrible. Because you know what I tell my clients all the time? It's okay to be mad or sad or hurt. And I want you to feel it and I want you to work through it. That's how I support them. I support them by allowing them to do what they need to do to grow and work through it. I have never said don't cry because that's not working through it. Excuse me? No, people, that's our feeling. That's somebody else's feeling. And if you can't emotionally support somebody to the core of who they are, just shut your mouth and leave them alone for a few or walk away. Because you know what? There's times that I will be so happy that I've cried. Like going to Vegas, like that was emotional for me. And I know that probably sounds weird for the many of you watching this. Okay. But like that had been bucket list 101 since I started my grad school program. Like the big deal was is when I could finish my grad school, I would go to Vegas and enjoy and be able to go do that because I had never been. Okay. So it was a little emotional. Like I'm sitting there when I get teary. Had I been told to stop crying, it's no reason to cry. I definitely wouldn't have been feeling supported at all. I would have shut down and I would have became somebody I wasn't. I would have felt something and hurt inside. So when it comes to support, it's not just supporting what they want to do, it's supporting who they are emotionally too. Um, I have people in my life that, you know, they don't think it's okay to be emotional. So then when I try to support them with that, they don't understand. They're like, "What?" So I still struggle with that. But it's just the reality is that if they came to me tomorrow and were able to cry about it or whatever, I would support them in that. I wouldn't tell them no. Okay. Um, Support them in their goals. Um, and that might be supporting them, might be encouraging, it might be, and it's going to look different for every little aspect of that, but you've really got to learn that you need to support your other person in the relationship. You have to support them. It can't be a one-way street. I can't always be supporting you and going out of the way and doing all that I can if you're never going to feel that need for me, because I need that same support in our relationship. So no matter who you are watching this, whether you're just a YouTube person watching this, you're my mom watching this, you are my kid, my family, William, anybody, if you can't support what I do, what I think, what I want, and what I want, where I'm at in life, then you're not really beneficial. It's not really healthy for me. But I know that everybody around me supports that. Now, can we have a difference in opinion and still support each other? Yes. Yes. Um, Definitely. Uh, Look, there's some things that I have heard from others that I'm just like, I could never. But if that's what they want to do or can do or thinking about doing and they want to do it, who am I to judge? Go for it. Go on. Now, if you're going to talk about killing somebody, I cannot support that. I won't support that. But that's where I know my boundaries. And if I'm having to check my boundaries every time you talk to me, our relationship probably isn't that healthy. But in the most part, we don't build relationships with people that are just constantly checking our boundaries or completely different in some way. That's very important. Like if you're one that, thinks that, I don't know, I can't even think of it because I try to support everybody. I think everybody's individual. And I think the biggest component of me, like I said, if you're one that's like, I'm gonna go kill somebody, I'm not gonna support that. If you want to go be a ballerina, let's go. What can I do to help you? That's just who I am. So I think it's important. I think that everybody that knows me knows that if you are in any kind of a relationship with me, you are going to have 110% support from me, and I will do all that I can do for you. So make sure that you're that person for whoever you're in the relationship for. Okay, your mom, your daughter, your dad, your uncle, your aunt, your coworker, whoever. Okay, so we have one more day, and then we're into the weekend again. Like, whoa, it goes fast. So we're gonna end for now, and I'm gonna say happy Thursday, and we will see you on Friday.